Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that artificial intelligence has suddenly slowed down. New smartphones are delayed. Car factories begin shutting down. Stock markets around the world are falling. And governments are holding emergency meetings. Not because of a global recession, not because of another pandemic, but because of one small island, Taiwan. Home to just over 23 million people, yet one of the most strategically important places in the global technology economy. Every day, billions of people use products that depend, directly or indirectly, on technology linked to Taiwan's semiconductor industry. If that system were seriously disrupted, the consequences could extend far beyond East Asia. So, why is one island so important? And why are world leaders, technology companies, investors, and military planners all watching Taiwan so closely? Today, we uncover the Taiwan Crisis. When people think about global technology, they usually think about Silicon Valley, Apple, NVIDIA, Microsoft, or Google. But behind many of the technologies we use every day, there is a supply chain that stretches thousands of kilometers. And at the center of that supply chain sits one island, Taiwan. In our previous documentaries, we explored the companies designing AI chips, the machines required to manufacture them, the energy needed to power artificial intelligence, and the critical minerals that make modern electronics possible. But every one of those stories leads back here, Taiwan, because this island has become one of the world's most important centers for advanced semiconductor manufacturing. Without these chips, artificial intelligence, smartphones, medical equipment, advanced vehicles, telecommunications, and many defense systems would become far more difficult to build at scale. So how did one relatively small island become so important that its stability now influences global technology, international trade, and geopolitical strategy? The answer begins more than 70 years ago. In 1949, the Chinese Civil War came to an end. The Communist Party established the People's Republic of China on the mainland. Meanwhile, the government of the Republic of China relocated to Taiwan. Since then, both sides have followed very different political, economic, and social paths. Today, the People's Republic of China considers Taiwan part of its territory and has repeatedly stated its goal of eventual reunification. Taiwan, on the other hand, has its own government, its own military, its own currency, its own economy, and its own democratic political system. As a result, the island's political status remains one of the world's most sensitive geopolitical issues. For decades, many countries have maintained strong economic and unofficial relations with Taiwan, while officially recognizing the government in Beijing as the government of China. This careful diplomatic balance has helped preserve stability despite periods of rising political and military tension. But if this dispute were only about politics, the entire world wouldn't be paying such close attention. The real reason is technology. Because over the past 4 decades, Taiwan didn't just build factories. It built the world's most advanced semiconductor manufacturing industry. An industry that powers smartphones, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, advanced medical equipment, modern defense systems, and much of the global economy. And that changes everything. So, What exactly did Taiwan build that made the entire world pay attention? The answer is TSMC, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. Founded in 1987, TSMC changed the semiconductor industry forever. Instead of designing its own chips, the company focused on manufacturing chips for everyone else. It was a business model that transformed the global technology industry. Today, many of the world's most valuable technology companies depend on TSMC. Apple, NVIDIA, AMD, Qualcomm, Broadcom, and countless others. These companies design some of the world's most advanced processors. But designing a chip is only half the challenge. Manufacturing it requires extraordinary precision. Modern semiconductor factories contain some of the most advanced machinery ever built by humanity. Producing chips, measured in just a few nanometers, demands years of research, billions of dollars in investment, and engineering expertise that only a handful of companies possess. As artificial intelligence continues to expand, the world's demand for advanced chips has never been higher. And today, TSMC manufactures a significant share of the world's leading-edge semiconductors. That makes Taiwan far more than just another island. It makes it one of the most important links in the global technology supply chain. And that's exactly why any disruption would be felt far beyond Taiwan itself. What do you think? Has the world become too dependent on a single island? Let us know in the comments below. Now imagine that this supply is suddenly disrupted. Not for years, but even for a few weeks. The impact would reach far beyond Taiwan. Technology companies could struggle to obtain the advanced chips they rely on. Manufacturers might delay new smartphones, laptops, data center hardware, and other high-performance electronics. Automakers could once again face semiconductor shortages, slowing production and delaying deliveries. Artificial intelligence could also feel the pressure. Training the most advanced AI models depends on powerful processors that require highly sophisticated manufacturing. If the supply of those chips became severely constrained, expanding AI infrastructure would become much more difficult. Financial markets would likely react to growing uncertainty. Shipping routes across the region could face disruption. Insurance costs could rise. Global supply chains, already stretched by recent crises, would face yet another major challenge. This is why governments, technology companies, and investors watch developments in the Taiwan Strait so closely. Because what happens there doesn't stay there. It can influence industries, markets, and economies across the world. But perhaps the biggest question is this: can the world reduce its dependence on Taiwan before the next major crisis? Recognizing this dependence, countries around the world are investing billions of dollars to to strengthen their own semiconductor industries. The United States has introduced major incentives to expand domestic chip manufacturing. Japan, South Korea, and the European Union are also investing in advanced semiconductor production. Even TSMC itself is building new fabrication plants outside Taiwan, including facilities in the United States, Japan, and Germany. But building a semiconductor factory is only the beginning. Creating a complete ecosystem of skilled engineers, specialized suppliers, advanced equipment, and decades of manufacturing experience takes far longer. Reducing dependence on Taiwan is possible, but it won't happen overnight. For now, Taiwan remains one of the most important foundations of the global technology industry. When we think about the future, we often focus on artificial intelligence, powerful chips, or breakthrough innovations. But behind every technological revolution lies something much bigger. A global supply chain built over decades. And few places have shaped that story more than Taiwan. The future of technology won't be determined by innovation alone. It will also depend on who can build, protect, and sustain the industries that power the modern world. One final question. Which country do you think will dominate the semiconductor industry 10 years from now? Taiwan, the United States, China, or someone else? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to AlgoEconomics and click the video on your screen to discover the next hidden force shaping the future of technology and the global economy. Thanks for watching.